majestic and beautiful. You'll come with me. Why? Draco's a punk.
Zombies are just reskinned Grog. Witches are just reskinned dragon priests, etc. The creation name was misspelled on release as Necromancer Grimmarine, and later
looks like he's gone for good this time. But I don't think we should stick around to see if he comes back. Closest town from here is River. My uncle's a blacksmith there. I'm sure he'd help you out.
See, I think with this we may have figured out that he didn't need to commit development time to creating an interesting variety of things to summon two factors. The first was that they had done Oblivion, so now it was time to wind down for a while in Daedra. And the second is that they also added reanimation as an effect. So
it's probably best if we split up. Good luck. I wouldn't have made it without your help today.
You think to yourself, okay, cow, not a big deal, right? That's my first assignment. It's like, oh, it's a pretty small task. But then it is a furry cow. It's a very furry cow. And fur is incredibly hard to do.
Yeah, see, I think the best way to give them a break from creating furry creatures, let them create some scalier, slimy monsters instead. This definitely screams another victim of intentional design rather than the business simply running out of development. I mean, consider how each view of conjuration only has one or two new spells.
Listen, you should go to Solitude and join up with the Imperial Legion. We could really use someone like you. And if the rebels have themselves a dragon, General Tullius is the only one who can stop them.
Skyrim. The series has finally implemented necromancy as something the player can run before. There are still more consequences for animating welcome as the dragon goes through the streets, but, you know, baby steps with the AAA development studio. Since they worked so hard on reading the story for Skyrim, getting people to react dynamically to player actions, I'm sure they'll be able to create responses to the player outright practicing necromancy with people's dead loved ones in the streets. Maybe people see it as a public service, since most of the time you practice necromancy, once the effect ends, their body dissolves into a pile of ash, immediately ready for the burial ground. Mechanically, this is like the same corpse, both to discourage grinding and to stop people from using undead bodyguards. There is a funny side effect where sometimes ash piles just are never swept up. This is Beatrice. She's married to the head of the wealthy Silverblood family in Markarth. During a quest, we got attacked and she was killed, and subsequently reanimated by her attackers. After it was over, she turned to ash, and then no one ever swept her remains up for the remainder of the playthrough. Reanimation is cool, however it is limited by the spells being tiered, with each spell having a maximum character level it can reanimate. So it's similar to how illusion can fall off in usefulness if it's not actively part of your playstyle. Worst, however, is that while you can get perks that upgrade your undead servant's combat capabilities, upgrading the spells to affect higher-level corpses requires the Necromage perk, which is available at level 70 in the Restoration tree. Also, reanimations last for 1 minute. This is significant because it means that spells are more useful as a mid-combat application, rather than selecting a powerful opponent for one room and using them in the next. It also means that reanimations are at an inherent disadvantage compared to summons. You could summon a flame Antonek at the start of any fight and have it last longer than if you had reanimated a bandit outlaw in the previous room. They also have comparable magica values, so as cool as necromancy is, it does not hold a significant advantage over just summoning. Now I want to mention my second big exploit that was a lot of fun, which involves necromancy and lots of it. So replacing birth signs for the standing stones, a flexible power that can be switched mid-playthrough. One of these is the Ritual Stone, which once per day allows you to reanimate corpses of the level 75 in the radius around you for 3.5 minutes, with the limit as the number of corpses you can raise being 100, and when the effect ends, the bodies collapse rather than dissolve. Now, this got people thinking. You could collect 10 or so corpses, use this power, and then travel outside the dungeon, wait 24 hours, then use those undead as a small army to fill the dungeon. You could then collect all the new corpses as well as the old ones, wait another 24 hours, and continue to grow your horde. And since the level was so high, you could get some pretty powerful members of your undead army. 1,000 more mages, bandit chiefs, even giants if you wanted. Well, Dawnguard added a side quest chain called the Ethereum Wars that ends in you fighting the Ethereum Forge, giving you an option of one of 3 items to craft from it. One of these being the Ethereal Crown, a circlet that allows you to have 2 Standing Stone effects. The way it works is that your second Standing Stone is stored and only activated when you wear the crown. It's mildly useful for passive stuff like having the Atronac and Apprentice sign at the same time. However, if the stone provides a power, then that power's daily cooldown resets every time you re-equip the crown. And thus, an awful, terrible idea was formed. Combine the overpowered Ritual Stone with an effective lack of cooldown, and observe the rise of the Lich Queen. This is actually a pretty fun playstyle. You don't actually just roll over dungeons with ease, since there isn't active maintenance required for collecting the bodies back into a pile so that they can get with the effect. I ran Ariad's dungeon, which is usually a slog, and it was a lot of fun having a growing horde of undead fighting for me. It would be cool if instead of working hard to ensure that nothing like this is possible in the Elder Scrolls 6, if Bethesda actually just leaned into this as a playstyle. For starters, if you implement body damage like in Fallout, then maybe that helps determine the health of members of your horde. So if their limbs get broken, you have to use magic to heal them. Or if it gets cut off, then that member has a fifth of their health pool missing and can't use that limb anymore. Maybe if they lose a leg, they have to crawl, or an arm and they aren't effective fighters, or their head so they only perform extremely basic behaviors. And then you have to decide if they're no longer worth having with your horde. Basically, these proposals are to try and provide some measure of restraint in the playstyle while still making it something interesting to do. It should be pretty obvious why inputs in reanimating the same powerful corpses over and over would be a problem. Instead of forbidding it, why not actually make this a mechanical playstyle? The players who play the implement the war instead of an undead army that would have to
See that ruin?
For instance, you
Bleak
take
Falls.
one zombie and place it on another. And, well, since some of your conjuration mates are no doubt screaming in by now, I guess I'll talk about the master level spells.
Arrow. When I was a boy, that place always used to give me nightmares. Draugr creeping down the mountain to climb through my window at night. That kind of thing. I admit, I still don't much like the look of it.
To start with conjuration, at skill level 90, you get a quest with Finest Death Lord for Considerate Ghost. He gives you a quest to summon an unbound Aurora at the ritual site. Basically, an unbound Daedra has no restraints, so if it decides to kill us, it will...
These are the Guardian Stones.
We have to break its will first by repeatedly summoning and...
3 of the 13 ancient standing stones dot Skyrim's landscape. Thief, eh? It's never too late to take charge of your own fate, you know?
battle for Boone. Let's just have the blades whip the yams into Fedora and instruct him that there's a great silver spell. I guess there doesn't actually need to see the film. Are you sure?